Malaysia is still a developing country and most of us here are more engaged in social media in the virtual world than the real life. And we get influenced by all the romanticized posts about sadness and depression that we see in social media.
We are very open to talk about our physical health. Are you going jogging tomorrow? Yes, I am. But nobody asks us, are you doing okay today? Nobody does that nowadays. It's a normal talk. Are you okay? Yes, fine. You? I'm okay. That's it. Nobody want to get deeper. Are you doing fine? Are you happy? Are you doing okay in your life?
I have this one concept when people ask me ashamed or saying out loud or coming into the public and are asking for help. I feel it loneliness. Everyone have that and it's normal, but because people judge you in a way that people look down on you and they don't treat you the same, that's why I feel loneliness in one of the main reasons why people have that depression nowadays.
The problem related to family issues such as financial problems, and then there are divorced parents, they also under drugs use. This kind of emotions or struggle, kids at my age don't really talk about. They will act like they're fine, they act like they're doing okay, but they are not in reality.
Hi, my name is Dr. Chua Sukning, and I'm a clinical psychologist. And I want to talk about why mental health should not be a taboo topic. The thing about mental illness is there's so many misconceptions about it. Mental illness, I think that's gila. Right now, maybe we are at the stage where people are getting more and more aware about mental illness, but there's still the equation with being crazy, or maybe we're just throwing the word around. Mental illness is about your emotional, social, and psychological well-being. It's how you think, feel, and act. Like physical illness requires treatment, that if you have it, you should get help for it. Unfortunately, the stigma of mental illness has made it a taboo topic, and so right now it's a don't ask, don't tell policy. And when we don't talk about it, people can't get the help that they need. People remain silent and they suffer unnecessarily in that sense.
It's a real alarming figure, and I think it is suggesting that we are not paying enough attention. The disability that they experience is enormous. We have studies that suggest that depression and anxiety actually cause more burden or disability in people than even a heart attack. It's not just brushing off their symptoms when they have them. You don't tell someone with hypertension to snap out of it. The same way you can't ask someone with depression to snap out of it. There are neurochemical changes in the brain in these people, and they need the appropriate help and support to get better as well.
Recent studies show that the highest prevalence rates of mental illness are shown in youth and young adults, more than tripling the numbers in the last decade. But are these issues increasing, or are we gaining greater awareness of mental health? There has been little research done to answer that, but experts say social pressure and connectivity to social media are contributing factors.
There's more demands and needs on younger people, the need for perfectionism. Maybe driven by the community, maybe driven by their parents, maybe driven by the competition in their own schools. And they seem to perhaps have less resilience when it comes to dealing with stress as well.
And many have no one to fall back on due to the lack of awareness and understanding in regards to their situation.
In a country where we sometimes have a lot of taboo and stigma and discrimination against mental health, it's sometimes a challenge to identify. It's important to understand that mental health and mental illnesses don't pick and choose. They don't discriminate. Anybody can be affected by it. Be aware that these are treatable conditions and there's no shame in seeking help.
The journey, in the end, we have to walk it alone. We have to find our own ways alone, and that's okay, because once you do then you'll be alright after that. So talk to friends, talk to families, talk to anyone that will support you in whatever you do. And when the time comes, and it will come, that's when you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to feel like, hey, the life isn't so bad. The world is actually pretty good.
Treat them like normal people. Even if they are diagnosed with mental issues, they really appreciate if people around them treat them as they still good as what they were, happy and positive. Just be more sensitive around them, as we also should know the do's and don'ts to say to them, not to pre-stigmatize depressions and others' issue. Just get over the initial fear coming out to people about your condition, because when you once talk about it, it really does help.
Love them for all of them. Support them as much as you can. Don't make them feel alone. Get deeper with them like you really care. Always remind them that people behind their back and many organizations are really care about them. Just focus on today, because you can't change what happened in the past, and there's honestly no real way of predicting what's going to happen in the future.
Ensure them people can be really supportive when they decide to open up. Try to get deeper with them, like asking them with expression such you really care, like you are their sibling or parents. Once they open up to you about their problems, do not carelessly tell people as such things are confidential, and trust are not easy to be gained. I know it's hard, but be yourself and be brave, then you will recover. Just ask for help, make the steps, and you ask anybody you know, and they will be supportive for you.
Know your limits. Listen to their problems without making judgments and concentrate on their needs in that moment. Ask for help if the problem is serious. If you believe they are in immediate danger or having injuries that requires medical attention, you need to take action to make sure they are safe. It's okay to be mental. It is just most people are not in the same way as you, but bear in mind there are ways to get help.